But today has just definitely been a day that I've talked to a lot of people that are just like, oh, what is happening? So we're going to definitely do some stress relief tonight and some fun ways. We are in the, we haven't reached full moon yet, right? So we're still building towards our full moon, which means energy is rising, okay? So after the full moon, our classes will tend to be a little bit lighter. So tonight I would normally go really aggressive, but we're gonna go semi-aggressive tonight, okay? Do have some fun, challenging poses as always, and probably, I wanna work on tonight a lot of heart openers, because that's usually what's gonna help relieve some stress, and a lot of twists also can be detoxifying and de-stressing. So whatever kind of stress you have, whether it's emotional stress, which is where we're gonna guard it up here, or physical stress and work stress, a lot of that's going to be released through our deep twists. But I'm going to make the twists challenging since it's a Wednesday night class. So, yay! All right, we're excited already. So tonight, let's get started by, let's get into child's pose, because I really want to focus on, if we're going to work our way towards back bend at the end of class, at the back end of class, get it? Let's start to loosen the spine. So find yourself in child's pose, and I'm going to start some music. Oh, come on, you guys love my cheesy jokes. I have no idea how loud this is, so let's try. Oh, that's loud. Yeah, sorry. So take your knees nice and wide in child's pose. The wider the knees, the further you can get your chest down towards the floor. Now keep in mind, if child's pose is not comfortable for you for any reason, know that you can always come to seated or even laying down or whatever feels best for you there. And start to just melt your chest down towards the mat, finding some relaxation and some nice deep breaths. We're going to stay here for a few minutes. Stretch the fingers a little bit further forward, maybe. Spread the fingers nice and wide and push the fingertips into the mat to really lengthen that pull on the hands. At the same time, imagine pushing your hips back a little bit further. Letting your forehead rest down on the mat if that feels comfortable. Start to imagine the muscles in the back of your shoulders relaxing, so you're losing that tension. Each breath, your chest gets a little bit closer to the floor. You're welcome to stay right here. Another option is to take the hands down by your sides, palms face up, and just kind of let the arms hang out. Start to clear your head of anything that's been stressful today. People, places, things, verbs, adjectives. Clear anything out of your mind. And find a nice, slow, steady breath. And then you can stay right here. If you want to take the stretch through the back a little bit deeper, try clasping the hands behind your back, still staying in child's pose. Lifting those arms behind you and kind of pulling the shoulders back. So again, you're pushing the chest down towards the ground, but you're pulling the shoulders back. I know it sounds like I'm giving you opposite directions. I kind of am. I want you to feel that nice big stretch. The further you pull the hands away from you, the more you're going to feel a stretch along your spine and between the shoulder blades. If that feels too much, then know you can always release the hands back down. You can even just clasp the hands and let them hang on your back if that feels good. Anything that feels good for your body right here is where I want you to be. If you have the hands clasped together, let's gently release them. We're going to take the hands back out front. If you've been resting your forehead on the mat, then give yourself a slight little lift. And you're going to take the left hand underneath the right arm and thread the needle and drop right back on down. Big shoulder stretches here. Take your gaze over past the left fingertips, so you're gazing over to the right, your left cheek resting on the ground. If the ground is too far, that's not comfortable, you're welcome to be further up. I'm just encouraging you to push the chest a little bit further down. Reach the right hand out a little bit further in front, going for that big stretch underneath the right arm. With your arms reaching in different directions, try to relax. Then slowly walk the hands back to center, taking both arms out in front. One more big stretch here. And then we're going to take the right hand underneath the left and thread the needle there. Dropping the right cheek down to the ground. Gaze comes over those right fingers, looking over towards the left, and the left hand stretches out front. And then once you feel like you're tied in a knot, relax. Here, and then we'll work our way back to center. Reaching both hands out front again. Hold here for a breath. We are going to do a significant amount of core work tonight. And I know that we talked, I believe it was last week, about how to build some upper body strength. So we're going to work on those two things a little bit tonight. Starting with the ladder, we're going to push those fingertips and the palms into the mat. Lift yourself on up. You're going to shift forward. I want you to lift the feet with you and lean so that you're pushing the shoulders over the heels of your hand, kind of. You're pulling the core up. But I said ladder, meaning upper body work. So from here, lower down to a chaturanga hold. Push back up. Drop the feet. Child's pose. So we're combining core and upper body strength here. Take a breath here at the bottom. Inhale back up. Lift the feet, shift the shoulders, lower down, hold, push back up. Drop the feet and back. Isn't that fun? Nice little flow. Not too bad this round, right? 4 minutes. Drop the head and breathe here. Inhale, come forward. Shoulders leaning, feet are lifting. Drop down. Pull the core in so we're not arching the back. Lift back up. Lower down. We got one more just like that. Inhale forward. Feet rise. Lower down. This time, hold here. Release the feet and come on all the way down for baby cobra. Lifting the chest just this tiny bit and keeping a nice bend in the arms. Good. Your gaze is straight forward. Slowly lower down. Inhale, come up a little bit further, maybe full cobra, bending the arms still, lifting the chest, starting with those heart openers here, and lower down. Last time, coming all the way up for up dog, or you can come to cobra, whatever feels best for you. And lower down. Good job. We're going to push ourselves back to all fours position, so quadruped, a nice flat back. We're almost there when we push ourselves up, but you may need to position your knees a little bit so that your knees are hip width apart. And in this position, instead of our shoulders being over the heels of our hands like they were, we want them over the wrists. Okay, so we're stacked with a nice shoulder over wrist position. And let's go ahead and drop the belly down towards the ground. Gaze comes up towards the sky. We round the back, tuck the chin. Reverse it here, inhale. And exhale. One more time here. And exhale back down. From here, I want you to rock yourself back onto the heels and roll on up to a kneeling position. If kneeling's uncomfortable, feel free to come to seated. We're just going to stay here for a few minutes to get some neck stretches, and then we're going to come back to all fours, and we're going to get a little bit more intense. So from here, you don't have to turn to face me. I'm just going to turn facing you, so I'm facing the camera at home as well. But we want to inhale, taking the right arm all the way up and placing the right hands on the left side of our head and gently pull the neck over to the side. As we start to loosen up through the spine and the neck, that's going to help us as we get into some of these deeper twists. It'll make more sense when we get to the twist later. We're going to be kind of inverted twisting. And relax and come back on up. We'll take the other side. And pushing the head over to the other side very gently. I think I'm stretching all the way from like the bottom of the ear all the way down to the shoulder. Nice big stretch. Keeping the right fingers down towards the ground is going to help keep you grounded and stretched a little bit more. From here, bringing both hands back down to the ground. Let's take the head all the way up towards the ceiling, dropping the head, letting the throat open up here. If this feels okay, maybe take the hands behind your back and interlace the fingers and open up the heart a little bit more. And then as we come back to center, we're going to release the interlaced hands, bring the hands behind the head, and gently take the head down so that our nose is pointing towards the floor. Maybe. That's our goal. Feel the tension running out of the back of your neck, releasing it there. If you have a tight upper spine, this may help there. Come back to center nice and slowly. Give your head a nice little shake. Those can be some pretty deep stretches, so you want to come out of them nice and slowly. Be gentle with your neck. All right, we're coming back to all fours. I mentioned we might get a little bit more intense. Now is that time. So I want you to find the same position that we were just in. We're going to start with all fours, and our shoulders are going to be stacked over the wrists. And then we're going to slowly and gently hinge ourselves forward so that we find that our shoulders are over the heel of the hand instead. And then we're going to lift the right knee, take it all the way in, pull it towards the belly, and push it back to all fours. Not so bad, right? No, okay. What we're going to do here is once we plant that knee on all fours, we're going to push ourselves up to a kneeling position. And then we freeze so that when we get here, our shoulders, our hips, and our knees come into a nice straight line. Don't worry about the arms. The arms can fall wherever. This is in a nice straight line, and you lean back until you feel that pressure in your quads. Ooh, right about there. Come back on forward. Hands come down to the mat. Shift forward, shoulders over heels. Pull the left knee in. Inhale, come back. Lift on up. Straight line with the body, lower down. Not so easy when we speed it up a little bit. Back to all fours. Shift the shoulders forward, right knee in, pull it in, and back. Fire on up to the knees, straight line, lean back as far as you can. Shift forward, left knee. Ooh, and back we go. A little bit better, right? All right, we're going to add in a step. We'll find that nice straight line in the body, pull the core, quads are tight, back into all fours. Right knee comes up. Tuck the left toes. We take it to a three-legged plank. Oh. Bring the knee back in. Lower that foot. Release the toes. Knee comes back. Up to kneeling. Straight line back. Whew. Shift on forward. Shoulders forward. Left knee in. Tuck right toes. Left foot back plank. Shift it forward. Release the toes. The knee comes down. All fours. Come on up. Straight line. Ooh. How about we do that whole thing one more time, yeah? All fours. Shoulders forward. Right knee in. Tuck left toe, step on back. Let's take it up a notch, take it to down dog. Keep the right leg lifted. Plank. Right knee in. Drop the knee. Both knees back. Straight line. And back. Woo. Forward. Shift those shoulders. Left knee in. Tuck right toes. Plank with the left foot up. Take it to down dog. Three-legged dog. Plank. Knee comes in. Find all fours. Lean it back. Last time. Good job. This time come to all fours. Hang out here. Oh. Take the knees wide. Child's pose. Good work, guys. That was our first little core building exercise this evening. Grab some water if you'd like. How are we feeling? Good? A little warm? All right. So, class is going to build tonight, for a little bit at least. So come on back to all fours. This time, we're going to stay down here for a little bit. We're going to lift the right knee towards the right elbow. We're going to cross over to the left. We're going to come center, kiss the knee, tuck the left toes, right toes rise. Repeat that series, but staying up on the toe. So right knee to right elbow, in, hold. Right knee, left elbow, hold. Right knee, center, kiss. Take it back all the way. Ooh. Drop that right foot over to the left, open up the hips. And we are now going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to keep the right knee lifted, or the right toes lifted. You're going to come underneath the body. You're going to take the right knee towards the left elbow and the right foot towards the right elbow. So you do this little pivot twist, feeling the right oblique. Take it back. Shifting forward, pivot twist. Really twisting so that right foot goes toward that right elbow and back. Again, we twist, pivot, feeling that right oblique, firing up. Last one, come back up. This time, twist, pivot, hold. Hold here, breathe. Woo. Lower down the right knee. Take the right hand to the center of your mat, open up here. And I feel bad that my back is to you, so I shall turn around. Keep on breathing here. Take just a little bit of time. We're going to take the left arm overhead and the left knee to meet the right. So we do this kind of wave, and then we open back on up, big. You can either plant that toe down to the ground when you open up, like so, or you can keep that leg lifted, nice and long and tall, stretching the toe away. We got two more. Close here, open up, close, open up. Take the left hand down to the floor. Right hand moves back where it was. Right toes tuck. Left legs up. Ooh. Isn't that convenient? Drop down to the right knee. We'll start on the knee like we did on the other side. Left knee, left elbow. Pull it in. Left knee, right elbow cross. Left knee, kiss. Take it back, tuck the toe. Three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow, pull it in. Left knee, right elbow. Left knee, kiss. Kiss it back. All the way. Now here comes that fun little pivoty thing, right? So we're going to bring the left leg underneath. Left knee towards right elbow. Left foot towards left elbow. And back. You should be maybe feeling it in that left oblique as you twist and you shift forward and back. And forward, twist, pivot, and back. Shift forward, twist, pivot. last one after this. I hear grunts, that's good. Last one. Forward, hold here, breathe, hold. 3, 2, 1. Lower the knee, open up. I need to change sides again. Collective sigh. Good work, guys. Reaching the right fingers towards the ceiling and right toes long. Catch your breath. Then we're going to take the right arm overhead. We bring the right knee in, and then we open back up. Again, toes can come down to the ground, or we come all the way up, close the knees, and that leg can come up strong. Good work. Take it close. Core is nice and tight here. And back. One more time. All the way open. Find yourself back with both hands down on the mat. Step that left hand over, tuck the left toes, and we're in three-legged dog. Step the right toes down. Nice job, you guys. Shift forward into plank. Exhale very slowly, chaturanga, as slow as you can go. Hold it here, and then come all the way through for cobra. Breathe. Take the knees wide. Child's pose. Good work. A few breaths here, or water, whatever break you need. Maybe both. You guys feeling okay? We're good, right? We're moving. Just the reaction I was hoping for, actually. We're going to take it to some standing poses here shortly. So we won't be upside down the whole class. Just most of it. Because we'll be upside down towards the end, right? Already 6:30, guys? What? I didn't even start that late. All right. So what we're going to do is take it through a little bit of a warrior crescent lunge to get us up to standing. Also to build that fire a little bit because we have some fun stuff to play with while we're up there. So coming back to all fours. Knee to nose, I'm kidding. Tuck the toes. Push the hips nice and wide and up, down, dog. Before we work our way up, I mentioned that we're going to be doing some inverted twists tonight, and this is where we shall find them. So those neck rolls that we did in the beginning is kind of what I was aiming for here. Like you should be able to move your neck here. What I'd like you to do is from your standard down dog position, lift the left hand and reach the left hand towards the right shin or the right ankle, and your gaze comes up under the right armpit. Here's that little inverted twist I was talking about. Oh, by the way, keep breathing. Don't hold your breath here. Push that right heel down towards the floor. You can always bend the knee a little bit if you need to. Hold here, one more breath, and then releasing the left hand, take it back. Let's shift forward to plank. Take it through a vinyasa so we don't get you upside down dizzy. Lower down, all the way through. Pause for a moment, tuck the toes, hips up, down dog. Nice job. From here, find yourself in that nice static dog, and then release or lift the right hand, reach for the left shin or ankle. Your gaze comes up under the left armpit. There's that twist I want you to find. And then push the left heel down towards the ground. Even if you have to bend the knee a little bit, I want you to feel a nice big stretch running through the back of that leg. Also working the shoulder and stretching the shoulder here. Working the core. Keep on breathing. Releasing that right hand back to center. Inhale, plank. Lower down, chaturanga, cobra. Tuck the toes, down dog. Inhale, right toes rise. Bring that knee to the nose. I wasn't kidding this time. And then taking that right foot forward, replace the right hand with the right foot. Coming into warrior one, plant the back foot down. All the way up. Not upside down for a moment, finally. Right? So we want both hips and both shoulders facing forward. We're not turned out, our feet are on different tracks. That's the only way that our hips can face forward. So step the feet a little further apart. If you feel that you're too twisted towards the side and you can't get here, step those feet apart a little bit more. Good, hold here. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Try to track this front knee right over the ankle here. Good. Exhale, both hands come down. Turn the back toes. Kick the right foot back up, three-legged dog. Bring the right knee towards the nose. That's right. And drop that foot down onto the mat in the middle, this time coming into a crescent lunge instead of a warrior pose. So our hips are still facing forward. Shoulders are facing forward. Chest is open. Maybe take those arms a little bit higher. A little bit back bend here. And then from here, we're going to push all of our weight into the right foot, coming into warrior three. Hands can be wherever they would like. So we want here that back knee to be facing towards the ground. You can have your wings out behind you. You can extend them out in front of you, or you can have hands to heart center. Pull that core in, and then slowly and gently lower the left foot down back into crescent lunge. Hands are still in namaste. Ooh, so slowly and gracefully we do that, right? All of us. Do as I say, not as I do. From here, keeping the hands at heart center, let's take it to that twist. Tucking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And breathe. Good work. Push the palms against each other. Hold here. Breathe. One more breath. From here, bring the hands center, forward, step both feet together, forward, fold. Nice job. Hang out here for a moment.
Sure, this is better.
You can bend your knees here. You can sway your arms, have a little fun here. You don't have to be stiff and tight and solid here. You can be fluid. When you Good thing you didn't do that when we were like holding the knee to the nose. And then exhale, take the hands all the way down by your sides for mountain pose for a quick little break before we return and repeat our moves on the other side. From mountain pose here, take those shoulders and roll them way down and back. Think about lifting your chest, sticking your chest out a little bit further, maybe lifting your heart a little bit more. Big exhale. Great job. Coming towards the top of your mat if you're not there already. We're going to forward fold and step the feet back, coming into down dog. From here, we're going to inhale, left toes rise. And then take the left knee to the nose, forward. Take it back. Open up that hip, drop it over to the side, drop the foot over to the right. Big hip stretch here. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take the knee to the nose one more time. Hold it here. And then we replace the left hand with the left foot. Plant the back foot, coming up for warrior one. Sink on down. Try to get that knee stacked nicely over that front ankle. Hips are facing square, chest is facing square. Hold here. And breathe. As you exhale, maybe coming a little bit lower. And then exhale, both hands down to the ground. Step, pivot the back foot, step the left foot back, lift the toes. Knee to nose. That's my rhyme there, hold here. This time that left foot comes through the hands in the middle. We plant it middle. We stay on the back toes, we come up for crescent lunge. Nice and low. Good, hold here. You can always modify and drop down to that knee. From here, we're going to push all the way into the left foot, coming into warrior three. Lifting the back leg, hinging at the waist, pushing through the left foot. Now that back knee should be facing the ground, foot is flexed. Arms can stay at your chest. They can come back. Your gaze is at the floor just in front of you or down towards your toes if you really are bending over. Wherever your hands feel comfortable. Hold there. And then ever so slowly and gracefully step that right foot back into crescent lunge, keeping the hands at heart center. Finding your lunge. Hold here, good. And then we take that deep twist. Keeping the palms together, pushing the hands into each other. Right elbow at the outside of the left knee. Hold here. One more breath. Exhale, both hands down to the floor. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Forward fold. From here, we're going to bend at the knees and take it down to seated. We good? Yeah? You're quiet. That means you're breathing heavy, right?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. So we have some core work to do before we move into our bridge and wheel. Really fun. This is a hardcore series. Okay, so don't be discouraged. If it's difficult for you to do tonight, go home and practice with yoga blocks if you have them. If you don't have yoga blocks, a stack of books to lift your palms up. You'll know what I'm saying in just a moment. We're going to take the legs out straight in front. To warm up and practice here, we're going to keep our heels down, pushing into the ground. Come on in. Gabe. Gabe. Your ride's here.
Uber.
Yeah, Uber's here. So from here, we plant the hands down at the ground. I literally want you to find some space between your buns and your mat, okay? So you're gonna push the hands down into the ground, and this is where I said this can be difficult. It helps to have yoga blocks because it's already giving you height. Just see if you can lift an inch, right? It's hard. It's not as much upper body strength, lower back down, as it is your core, because the space is not there, right? Our arms are only so long. You've got to really squeeze that core to lift. Like you're doing a little crunch. You can get a little bit higher if you really squeeze the core, right? Maybe? I said maybe. There you go. You got some air. Good. So that's the move that we're working towards, but we're going to make it a little bit harder. Well, maybe it's easier because we're coming into it from a different motion. So placing the hands behind you, we're going to be in reverse tabletop. I want your fingers facing your seat. Make sure that your fingers, everyone's got them the right way. Plant those feet into the ground and lift on up into reverse tabletop. Make sure that the arms are wide enough to fit your bum, by the way. Because what we're going to do is we're going to start from here, gazes up towards the ceiling. We lower down, we straighten the legs, we don't touch the ground, and we bring them through. We hold and hover, we do not sit if we can, and we push back up. Woo!
I got that number late.
Yeah, me too.
Come back through, squeeze, pull the core, lift those buns, heels push in one more time. Means you're sweating, that's good, you're working. Come on back through, last time, hold. Oh, lower down. Good work. Lower down, if you weren't there already, lower down. So again, I mentioned before we started, this is hard, it's not easy. It takes a lot of practice. I wanted to show you that because you really have to squeeze the core to lift. Go home, stack of books, yoga blocks. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's no problem. I can lift right up. So you start there, start to build those muscles, get the feel for it, then practice without. Now I want you to plant your feet and come on down to your backs. Not for Shavasana yet. But I do want you to breathe and relax. And you can let your hands fall down by your sides. Palms face down right here. Hands are resting by our hips, but we're not going to use our hands to push ourselves up. We're going to use our glutes and our core. So I want you to inhale, prepare. Push the upper back into your mat. Tighten the core and lift on up. Keeping some space between your chin and your chest, like you don't sound like this. Keep some space there. I want you to be able to breathe, and I want you to push the hips a little higher. Think about your body being a nice straight line from your knees to your hips to your shoulders. Even if you're not there yet, that's what you're pushing towards. Keeping that nice straight line. Inhale, and then lift the right toes towards the ceiling. Keep on lifting. Exhale, lower down. The hips come down, the leg comes down. The left leg is still bent. Inhale, lift the right leg all the way on up. Straight body. Lower down, exhale. Last time, inhale up, right leg comes up, straight body, hold, and then plant the right foot down next to the left. Still lifted, I didn't say lower. Simon did not say lower. Keep those hips lifted, inhale, prepare, left leg comes up. Point the toe tall, keep the nice straight line, and then lower down. Right knee stays bent. Inhale, back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, back up. Exhale, plant the left foot down. Keep the hips lifted. From here, we have the option to either lower down and take it to a back bend, or we can lower down and take it back to this bridge pose. So let's all lower together. And now, a couple of things if you want to try for full wheel pose tonight. I'll walk you through it now so you get a little break. If you're not doing wheel and you want to come back up to bridge, just take a moment to rest. If you want to work towards wheel, here's what I want you to do, And don't worry if you don't get lift off. I'll come around and help if you'd like. We're gonna plant the hands right by our shoulders. A lot of times we want to plant them way back here, but that doesn't give us enough pull. We want the hands closer to our shoulders. I want you to take a big inhale. As you exhale, push away from the ground, push away with your hands and your feet. Lift your belly towards the sky. Keep on breathing. And arch your back. Take the crown of your head down towards the ground. And when you feel ready, slowly lower back down. So, those are your two options. If you're not taking wheel, you're here, you're going to lift the hips just like we just did. Okay? Either one is great heart openers. I am going to walk around, and I take a hands-off approach right now with classes. If you would like an assist and you would like to try to do wheel, just wave at me, and I shall come. Okay? At home, I cannot assist you. But try. If you have a yoga wheel at home, this is a great time to use that as a prop. Would you like an assist? Okay. Wait, you didn't inhale first. Come all the way down. Inhale big. Exhale, push. There you go. There it is. Yep. And she's like, let me down. Would you like to try them? There's nothing to be scared of. I will be there to catch you if you want to try. Are you good where you are?
Good.
Okay. So do you mind if I move your hands?
Yeah, okay.
So you're just going to take your hands out a little bit wider. There you go. And then inhale big. On your exhale, you're going to push everything on up. There it is. Yep. And you straighten those arms as much as you can. Push with the feet. Good. That's the feeling, though. That's the position. Yes. Are you good? Are you good? Okay. So widen your hands a little bit more. So like there. In other words, you're there. Your elbows were way out here. Elbows in. Big inhale. Exhale. Push up. Push. Good. There it is. Yeah. Oh. It's not easy, guys, to push up. The hardest part is leaving the floor. Once you can get that lift, it's just a straightening. But the hardest part is that getting off. That takes some upper body strength. So just continue with the practice of those upper body moves that we did, because it's the triceps there. And you want to keep the core nice and tight, and always do that inhale so that you're on your push-up. Yeah? Those bridge poses that we did before the wheel are going to help get you there as well. Oh, are we all sweating now? Good. It's right where I want you to be. So come on down wherever you are, and take your legs up nice and long and straight. And breathe. Take a few moments to kind of wiggle the legs and the body so that you feel nice and comfortable on the mat. We're going to do a couple of stretches here. The first thing we'll do is we'll stretch the lower body. So let's go ahead and take the right leg on top of the left and cross our legs, as if we're just going to lay here comfortably cross-legged. And then I want you to move the feet over to the right. So you're moving the hips and the feet over to the right to make room. And then you let those knees fall over to the left. Oh, nice big twist through the spine. Take the arms out to a T. Try to keep both shoulders down on the ground. Possibly feeling a nice stretch in that lower spine. If there's any pain there, lift the knees up so they're not folding over quite so deep. Breathe into this pose so that as you exhale, those muscles are relaxing and you're sinking knees towards the mat and getting a little bit more comfortable here. Try not to lift that right shoulder off the mat as the knees get lower. Slowly take the knees back to the center. And then walk the feet and the hips take your time here with those deep spine twists. We don't want to jolt out of them. Uncross the legs. Hug the knees into the chest. And then plant the feet back down towards the ground. Crossing the left leg on top of the right. Arms come out to a T. Walk the feet and the hips over to the left. Drop the knees over to the right. Very slowly and gently. Keep the left shoulder on the ground. Back to the top, we walk the hips and feet back to center of the mat and hug the knees into the chest. From here, keeping the knees bent, we're going to reach for the bottom of the feet, coming into happy baby. When you want to work on pulling the feet down towards, or the knees down towards the floor. So that the more you pull, the more you're going to feel an opening in the hips. If that's too intense, then just don't pull. You can also take peace fingers to big toes if that's more comfortable for you in the arms. Either way. And then maybe try straightening the right leg while keeping the left leg bent. See if you can get that leg a little bit closer to straight. For a nice hamstring stretch, inner thigh stretch. Take it back to center. Take the left foot out, maybe getting closer to straight. Very likely that one leg is getting closer to straight than the other, perfectly normal. Back to center. If we're feeling really brave and adventurous, maybe we go for both straight legs, pulling both out to the side. We do this on the floor all the time, right? What's the big deal? A little easier when you have the gravity of the floor pushing against you. If you're here, or if you're in happy baby, maybe find a nice little rock from side to side. Rolling on the spine. And whether your legs are bent or straight here, we're going to bring those feet straight and together. Pulling them as high as you can to find that stretch through the back of the legs. And then slowly bend at the knees, release the toes, take the legs down straight in front of you. And breathe, breathe, breathe. And letting the hands fall down by your sides, palms face up. Let the feet come nice and wide on your mat. You have made it to final Shavasana. So we have awoken the spine tonight. We've opened up the heart, and the chest, and the throat. Lots of deep twists and stretches and a lot of core work. So give your body some time to relax here and really let the muscles melt into the mat. Find your nice, slow, deep breathing and close your eyes if that feels okay. I'll be coming around with some essential oils. If you prefer no oil, please place one hand over your heart. start to find some small movements, maybe wiggling fingers or toes, maybe a big overhead stretch or hugging the knees in, whatever feels right to bring yourself back to conscious state. Shaking of the head or wiggling of the legs. And then when you feel ready, roll on over to whichever side is best for you. The right side typically bringing more energy, left side typically bringing some rest if you're ready to call it a night. And then from here, take a few breaths, and when you feel ready, meet me in a comfortably seated position. Feel that core work tonight. As it becomes a seated. Inhale, arms come all the way up, reach nice and long, hands come together, and then we meet at heart center. Close your eyes as we wind down our practice. You guys did really great tonight. That was a pretty tough class. We ran through some fast moves. Be appreciative and thank your bodies for taking you through this class tonight and for trying all the fun things that you tried. You guys did really amazing. Thank you for allowing me to lead you in class and letting me try out some crazy yoga moves on you. Namaste. Have a great night, you guys. Thanks for coming.